So what we're going to start today, and we'll turn this into a regular thing. It's called, Is It True? ... And basically, we're going to dive into research together. If you're a truth seeker and you want to share facts, if you want to share authenticity with a broader audience, there's a bigger burden of proof here. And that is where we go into research. I've been researching for more than 2 decades now. And over the years, I've had many wonderful people to show me and teach me and guide me in how to truly research and how to pull out the facts of something. Now, before we dive into today's topic, which is going to be essential COVID questions, not a complete list, but something that I want to ask you, and I want you guys to write that down and check it for yourself. There's a good way to distinguish truth and facts, and I've been talking about this, but this is important for this particular topic here. Let me give you an example. So let's say there are 2 neighbors, live in the same street, 2 women, roughly the same age, and every year before school starts, 2 kids from the local high school's football team come around and ask for donations. And every year, both women give each $100 to the team. Now that's a fact. Susan and Angela both gave $100. That's a fact. Now Susan closes the door and thinks, oh, this is such a great investment. I'm investing in the youth. I'm investing in sports. I'm investing in something, wonderful here. Feels good about it. Angela here says, oh my God, I gave them $100, but this is kind of they never win. It's lost money, but hey, at least it'll be a tax write-off, okay? Those are both truths, right? Susan feels that way. Angela feels that way. While giving $100 for both of them was a fact, how they felt about it was a truth for them. You can't tell that's wrong on Angela's part or wrong on Susan's part. That's how they feel about it. And so that's a good way to distinguish fact and truth, especially when it comes to research. Now, when all of this COVID thing started last year, early 2020, all I did for a while, and we did, was sit back, chill out, observe, right? We observed. There was a feeling that we had, but we observed what was happening. We observed what the narrative was. We observed who said what and how they said it. And that gave us an idea of what was transpiring. Then we started checking things, going to the sources, going back to what happened 3, 4, 5 years ago. There's a big picture here. So last but not least, before we dive into the questions, tune in with your heart, connect your mind, your brain to your heart, have that and connect it to higher consciousness, to the Creator. That's the Holy Trinity, your mind, your heart, and the Creator. That will give you a much better filtration system. All right, so what we did here is we looked at 18 months of extreme COVID information to the public, and we picked some topics and areas that we believe haven't been covered properly or haven't been reported on truthfully. So for the first time today, we asked the question, is it true that Dr. Kary Mullis, who's the inventor of the PCR, the polymerase chain reaction test, he won the Nobel Prize for that. Is it true that Dr. Kary Mullis said, with PCR, if you do it right, you can find almost anything in anybody because there are very few molecules that you don't have at least one of in your body? I'm going to move on to question number 2. Is it true that in September of 2019, Bill Gates appeared in the Netflix series Explained, which imagined a wet market in China where live and dead animals are stacked and a highly deadly virus erupts that spreads globally? Gates appears as an expert in the video to warn, if you think of anything that could come along that would kill millions of people, a pandemic is our greatest risk. Is it true that this happened? Question number 3. Is it true that on October 18th, 2019, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, and the World Economic Forum partnered up to host Event 201 in New York City, a 3.5-hour global pandemic exercise simulating a novel coronavirus outbreak that turned into a worldwide pandemic. Now, is it true that on October 18th, 2019, they simulated a novel coronavirus outbreak that turned into a worldwide pandemic in New York City? Is it true that the following organizations participated in the exercise? Johns Hopkins, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the UN, the World Bank, the CDC, the Chinese CDC, the CIA, the PR company Edelman, Lufthansa, UPS, Johnson & Johnson, US Medical Group, Henry Schein, and NBC. Is it true that this happened? Is it true that the Gates Foundation is one of the biggest funders of the World Health Organization? World Health Organization set for the longest time over this past 18 months all the standards worldwide for this pandemic. It's a question. Is it also true that Bill Gates in 2019, early 2019, January to be exact, said that vaccines are the best investment I ever made, yielding a 20-to-1 return over the last 20 years? Is it true that on December 19th, 2019, December 19th, 2019, Bill Gates tweeted, "What's next for our foundation? ? I'm particularly excited what the next year could mean for one of the best buys in global health, vaccines." He said that in December of 2019. Is it true that he said it? I'm asking you. Is it true that Microsoft holds a patent for a cryptocurrency system using body activity data with the patent number W02000060606? Is it true? Is it true that the EU, European Union government, has been working on a vaccination roadmap since at least 2018 and published it in late 2019, proposing a common EU vaccination card passport after conducting a feasibility study from 2019 to 2021, which that means is what they said in 2018, we want a common vaccination passport and card for all EU citizens, and we're going to do a feasibility study from 2019 to 2021. Is it true? I'm asking you, is it true? Is it true that Congress in the United States is currently working on legislation, HR? Hey, this is Jean Nolan. Thanks so much for watching. You can watch the full live stream on this topic by clicking on the link in the description.